You're listening to Inside Israel Today with Gil Hoffman on the Land of Israel Network.
Hello and welcome to Inside Israel Today, here on the Land of Israel Network, on the landofisrael.com, where we are in the midst of a coalition crisis and the corona crisis. And I know which one the politicians care about more. They care about themselves. But what do the people care about more? I don't think they could care less about the politicians. We are here Tuesday morning. The politicians were up at the Knesset debating minutia that you couldn't care less about at 1:30 in the morning, the makeup of their special committees. Members of Knesset were protesting, I want to be on the committee. Why am I not on the committee? Literally at 1 a.m. in the middle of a coalition crisis, in the middle of a corona crisis, while the numbers were updated of more than 1,000 Israelis having this terrible, terrible, awful virus. They don't care, ladies and gentlemen. They care about themselves, and it's very, very sad. So as long as we're in the middle of this situation that's just too funny, that you either have to laugh or cry, let's not have a politician on our show today. Let's have someone who cares, like a comedian. So we have invited the world's best Jewish comedian on this earth anyway, and that's Benji Lovitt. Benji, thank you for coming on our show.
Well, that was a funny joke, but thank you, Gil. How are you?
I've been worse, but we're trying to reach new levels of worse here during this virus. How about you?
Well, some people care about coalition, some people care about corona. I care about you, so just know that.
That's really beautiful. So one positive, if there's any, that's come out of this virus, is that comedy has hit new heights. There's special corona Facebook groups going on right now that are about nothing but comedy. People who have nothing better to do with their lives than stay home and sit in front of their computer and trade jokes and memes all day are really
making fun of
at their best. Do you disagree?
Are you making fun of me? It has been interesting. It's just been a creative boom. Maybe not in terms of the heights of comedy, but the amounts of comedy. There's just an incredible amount of content coming out right now. And it makes sense. I mean, there's been, there's a million memes and images going around, and some are predictable. I mean, it's like anything with comedy. You've got good comedians, we've got bad comedians. Some stuff is predictable, and some stuff's really funny. There's a lot of funny stuff out there.
My favorite so far are the things that not anyone can do. I mean, anyone can. A lot of people are pretending to be comedians and putting out memes today. But the new Lion King that they put out, cartoon Lion King with Scar being Netanyahu, of course, only in Hebrew. And then there's various Frozen new versions that have come out with saying, are you inflicted with corona?
Well, I didn't see that, but I also didn't see the movie, so go figure. But there's great stuff.
So how much toilet paper have you stacked up there, Benji?
Well, not much, mostly because I'm in quarantine. Somebody was kind enough to bring some by. I don't know if she was desperate. I mean, it's actually it's got some kind of Turkish packaging on it. Like, I didn't even know what language it was. I had to post it online, and people said it's Turkish, but it still does the job. So I'm trying not to hoard, and I'm doing okay so far.
Okay. And no one sold you on Amazon a package of 24 toilet paper rolls for $300.
Well, I don't want to order on Amazon. I'm afraid it won't arrive. But you're talking about some of the great things coming out of it. This is not funny. This is serious. But in addition to the comedy, I think this is where you see Israel's kindness. So many people have offered to bring me stuff. People like my new next door neighbors, who I don't even know, have offered to bring me stuff. So that the generosity is incredible. So that's positive.
Yay, positives coming out of the coronavirus. That's wonderful. No handshaking though. How are you getting used to that?
It's that's when we knew this thing was serious. When even Tel Aviv were becoming Shomer Nagia. So I can't shake hands when I'm in quarantine. I feel very safe in here. But
Uh,
you know,
During the quarantine that I had to do
it's a stressful thing. Like I guess.
after coming back from America, and no symptoms, just came back from America. Um,
Yeah.
I've found that the cats have been very good at keeping company. Um, they are the only company I have right now, and they seem to
Cat,
be.
are you talking about the transportation minister? Which cats? I don't even know if that's currently the transportation minister. Did I get that right?
Uh, oh no! Yeah, oh yeah. He was until
Maybe
recently.
he
He's
was.
foreign minister now. But nice try. The cats that come to my
Competition.
doorstep.
Yeah.
There
But
have been.
yeah, you gotta keep distance. I was in the States till a week ago, and I came back, and the new regulation was that everyone had to keep a distance of 2 meters. I'm like, crap! Now I got to learn the metric system. So I'm an American. The time has come. What can I do? But how
Picture
are you
Benny
doing?
Gantz from one with his arms spread out from one arm to one hand to one hand. You've got your 2 meters over there.
Yeah, yeah. But you gotta have a sense of humor through all this. So fortunately, the fatalities are low. We can keep laughing.
The fatalities are low. We can keep laughing. So I guess they're not
As
telling.
long as people aren't dying, it's okay to laugh. Don't quote me on that. But I think that's the general rule in comedy.
In Italy, I guess they can't be telling too many jokes right now.
I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I don't speak Italian, so I can't tell you how funny they are or not.
So how does a comedian get by? People pay you during this to tell jokes?
That's the interesting part. No one knows. I mean, literally nobody knows. I guess I don't know about my advantage, but one thing that I have going for me is that I've never been just a comedian. I come from like the background of Jewish education and Israel programming, this and that. So there's always like an element of either education or something more meaningful beneath the comedy. So this week I'm doing my first 3 or 4 programs. I've got a program tonight for a Masa group. It's going to be a little bit of stand-up, some discussion, but the stand-up and I am getting paid for that. But the stand-up is the hardest part. Nobody knows how to do it because it's awful. Like comedy is the worst medium to do online, but the only thing worse than that is not doing it at all. So we're all figuring it out.
When you do a stand-up routine online on Zoom, you hear the people laughing at least to encourage you?
Very interesting. So this is the thing. It's like the easiest part. That's the thing with being any freelancer. Your craft is the easy part. Now we all have to get into production. I'm in my living room. For those who can see, I've got I'm setting up a little performance space in my living room with I'm playing with lighting and a tripod. And I did a little pilot earlier this week. If you mute everybody, so there's no background noise, people aren't ruining it, you hear nothing, and it's awful. But if you unmute everybody, then somebody's gonna have their baby crying, so there's no good way to do it. But we're figuring it out.
Do you stand up when you do stand-up comedy when you're online from your own house?
These are good questions. So the first time I did something the other day, I was sitting as I am right now, and reading some jokes off my computer. I've tried standing, but you have to get the framing right, and you have to get close enough where they can hear you. But if you're too close, you can't make gestures and do anything physical. So that's what I'm spending this week doing a bit of, trying to play with it.
Okay, what do you think about the international phenomenon of people singing and performing on porches?
It's pretty cool. I don't know if it works here. I leaned out and started singing. I started doing shacharit at 6 a.m, but my neighbors were not into it. So I don't know if I picked the wrong tunes or what. But,
Do you play guitar?
I do not.
That is a limitation for a comedian.
This experience with you, Gil, is much like my comedy shows. There's no laughing. I don't know if I'm bombing. I don't know if I'm doing great, but I'm enjoying seeing your face. That's all that matters.
You're doing fine. You're doing
I
fine.
can see you're laughing now, even though you can't see them.
We had one night where we were told to go outside and make noise and applaud for the medical healthcare professionals
Yeah.
around the world who are doing such a good job, maybe, I don't know, taking care of people. And I went outside and I really heard it. It was really impressive that people cared. That was last Thursday night. On Sunday night, there were messages all over the internet. You got to go outside, same time, 6 p.m., and applaud for Bibi. I went out. Seriously, I'm not making this up. I went outside, total silence.
That's
Um,
funny.
I don't. I guess I couldn't hear Petah Tikva or Ofakim from where I am over here outside Jerusalem, but I felt really bad for the guy. But
Yeah.
then I asked on Twitter, did anyone hear anyone applauding anywhere? And somebody sent me a
Huh.
video of 2 apartment buildings in Petah Tikva where they blasted music, the pro BB song that they play at the Kud rallies. And then sure enough, I got a whole compilation on video, a minute and a half of 10 different places around the country where they did the pro BB thing. And you know who sent me that, Benji?
Bibi.
Yes, exactly.
It's well, I don't even. I'm on my Mirpeset Sharut. I can't even. My window faces nothing. Like I couldn't. If I go outside, I'm going to sing to the cats. So yeah, I used to live in a studio. I'm just glad I'm in quarantine in a multi-room apartment. Are you in quarantine? You're in quarantine right now.
I am technically in quarantine, which means that while people around the country are suffering from having to take care of their children and work at the same time, um, I am in a very quiet, empty house, not helping prepare for Passover in any way,
Boy,
and I feel only a little guilty.
boy. Um, yeah, it's. I swear I'm not joking. I had a dream last night that I went. I think I went down to throw out the trash or something, and I brought my phone with me. And then when I got back, there were policemen at my door because they knew I had left. And when I woke up, I knew it was not real. But
I've had
crazy
that
time.
dream too.
Was
It's
I?
so scary. It's we've got this thing between us, Benji. Um, I've read all these things about how the Shin Bet is listening to everything we do right now. The security service. They're trying to find people that have evaded their quarantine rules, which are not particularly clear. By throwing out your garbage, did you break the law? Is there jail time for that? I I took out the garbage too. Were the cats spies? Are they going to report me? Is that what people do who are on their porches all around me? If they're not singing, are they looking for people who are breaking the law so they can have somebody to
Yeah.
report and feel good about themselves?
I just recently watched The Spy on Netflix with Ellie Cohen. Can you imagine telling Ellie Cohen, if he came back today, that the intelligence services now are like tracking down people throwing out the trash in their flip-flops? He would say, "What the heck is going on?" That's the security threat.
There's
Crazy
a
times we
lot of
live
what the heck is going on. Who would have believed that everybody around the world would just stay home and do nothing and wake up really late and just binge on the internet all day? Benji,
in. Yeah.
if you become a role model to the entire earth,
Oh God, please don't say that. Yeah. Well, it is nice when these things put us all in touch. I've been in touch with a lot of people online, and I got to tell you, from the feedback I'm getting, people are really enjoying COVID-19, even if they didn't see 18 first. You can enjoy it. You don't need to see the originals. This one stands on its own, I feel like.
so Benji, what advice would you give to people suffering around the world who need some hope?
So I would say you got to stay positive. We're going to get through this. Here's a tip I have. We got to continue to be human beings and be social creatures during this time. So before I was in quarantine, I found a great way to make new friends. Gil, all you got to be, walk into a public bathroom, walk up to someone washing their hands, and start counting to 20 in their ear. They will love it. They will hey, buddy, that was only 17. Start over from the beginning. That's number one. Number two is, as always, come visit Israel. It's safe. It's great. And by the way, if you walk through customs with a suitcase of iPads and iPhones, start coughing. They will not stop you. Easiest thing you'll ever do. People will love you. That is my advice for you, Gil Hoffman.
That is wonderful advice, not only to me, but to the entire world. And my advice to the world is, since the apocalypse is approaching, we don't have much time left, move to Israel, come here, marry Benji Lovitt. There's nobody better.
All of you marry Benji.
There's nobody better to share the last moments before we all shrivel up.
You don't have 10 people at the wedding.
That we'll be watching the wedding on Zoom, Benji.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Gil.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us, and thank you, Benji, for being with us inside Israel today. After the break, we'll be talking about politics, which, as we said, is very not fun.
And remember, this is Israel Today, Gil, because there's going to be no tomorrow. It's Israel Today.
No inside tomorrow. That's true. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.